Hello. Happy Sunday. Second Sunday of November.
Yeah, we haven't figured out how to fix that yet.
Yep, we were just talking about that, Gabriel, and we actually said you were going to point that out along with a couple of other things as well. We'll still wait for the other things just in case. But yes, we talked about that and we worked on changing it, and for some reason it didn't change.
William said his ADHD
can't take this waiting.
Yeah. So we always give it 2 minutes for people to join, and then in 2 minutes we have the countdown.
Yep. So, okay. So he's already done 2 of them.
Yeah. So we have apparently I would have to go in and change them all manually, which is crazy because I don't have to change them manually to do GTA. I have to do them manually to do this.
I feel like I need to sit a little bit more.
Anyway, so yeah, if it says GTA on Twitch, because I tried streaming it, now I remember why I didn't like streaming on GTA because it's hard to fix it. What's up, Dante Stoner?
What's up, Dante?
And about taking a stale Nirvana dreaming music.
Was that the music you were playing?
I don't know.
I didn't hear it. So.
We couldn't hear it. We were trying to figure it out if you could hear it or not. But you know what? Let's forget about all that. Let's just enjoy ourselves.
Okay.
We just celebrated
just celebrated my birthday this past weekend.
Yes.
On Friday was my birthday.
Yep, she turned 50, and we're so proud of you.
First of all, why would you be proud of me? And second, let's not give them the wrong number.
Why? Gabe was just going to correct me.
It basically.
Yeah.
So
Gabriel says, let's cut to the chase. What time do you want to change it to? We'll talk about that later. First, we'll talk about your birthday.
Okay, let's talk about my birthday.
So let's talk about, what's it feel like to turn the big 4-0?
The same. I feel the same exact way as I did last week when I was 39.
Your bones didn't creak?
Nope.
Your knees didn't crack?
Nope.
Your eyes didn't get blurry?
Nope.
So it's just like a regular day?
Basically.
So it's just a regular day?
No, actually it wasn't a regular day, but as far as how I feel, I still feel the same. Like nothing has really changed. Thank you, Dante, for the birthday wishes. No, I still feel the same. So had a cool day.
Yeah, you feel the same.
Yeah. Although I did have someone come up to me today and say, hey, you look a little bit older than the last time I saw you. But that's only because I had posted something on my Instagram saying my last meal of my 30s. You made any
changes before your birthday?
I did make changes before my birthday. I already mentioned them last week.
What changes did you make?
I mentioned it last week.
What changes did you make?
I already mentioned it.
But you didn't do it. You were mentioning it. You were going to get done.
No. I mentioned it because Betty Veronica noticed it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
So what'd you get for your birthday?
My memory is really good, by the way.
What'd you get for your birthday? Or did I ignore you?
So
I ignored you,
Stanley ignored me for my birthday. I woke up, so on my birthday, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning after not being able to sleep for most of the night. Because for some reason, when I know I have to wake up early, I have the hardest time falling asleep. So woke up at 6 o'clock. Stanley was still asleep. Did not acknowledge me. I left the house at 7. He didn't even say, I said, bye. We call each other Beeb. So I said, bye. And he didn't say anything. I said, I love you. He didn't say anything. This is all true. But it's not a big deal. I
wish you had birthday at midnight.
Yeah, he did. He was the first one to greet me. I'm joking. Oh, well, no, that all actually happened. But he greeted me at midnight. So I started off my birthday on Friday by going to church. I celebrated Mass with my mom and some of our church folks, and went to breakfast after. I had two breakfast meals that day, so one of them I guess you could say is lunch, even though it was still breakfast time. So did breakfast twice, and then
what was your first breakfast?
First breakfast was at Jack's. It was Greek yogurt. I shared a Greek yogurt platter or bowl with my mom, eating lightly because I knew that Beeb was going to take me out to breakfast. He said, be home by 10 o'clock. And I was home by 10:01. And then we went to breakfast. We tried out this new spot called the Breakfast Club in Castro Valley. So for all the people that are not local, Castro Valley is probably about like half an hour from
45 minutes from
45 minutes from us. Had a really good scramble. I love eggs, so had a really good scramble, and
you had a really good server, hostess.
We had a really good hostess, And right when first of all, we got there, it was super crowded. The minute we got there, our hostess goes, Stanley, for 3, okay, let's go, and then took us to our seat. Instantly. Shout out to Brooke. We love her. So that is her new, she hooked us up. And
well, she didn't hook us up.
She hooked
She's
us
got
up
the table.
to get us the table. So she hooked us up real quick.
I called in advance. So she put us on the wait list.
Yeah.
So when we got there, it just happened to be at the right time.
So Gabriel says, how could he acknowledge you if he's asleep? So when I said, bye, I'm leaving, he was slightly awake.
Well, keep
but he
in mind,
couldn't move because he was tired. We both had a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, had breakfast at this new spot. Really good food. Was full to the point where I didn't even need to eat lunch. So we had breakfast, came home, took it easy, took a little nap.
No, you guys took a little nap.
Actually, no, I didn't take a nap. I just lied there and rested my eyes. And then we went to dinner. So what was it? Maybe like 5-ish. We left the house.
5:30ish.
5:30ish. We left the house and we went to one of my favorite spots. We talked about this probably a couple of weeks ago, but when we listed like our top spots in the Bay Area, love this place. So we went to Thang Long for dinner. It's basically Vietnamese cuisine, and we always get the same thing: roasted crab and garlic noodles.
Now, something I noticed about Thang Long, and we used to go there a long time ago. It used to have market price.
Yeah, on the menu. Yep.
Market price, but then now it just has a price.
And now it just has the price.
And I asked, well, why do you have a price now when you didn't have it before? You had market price, and their response was because when we had market price and we gave them the bill, they were shocked at how expensive it was. Mm. So we tried to no longer shock them with market price and just put a price down. But to me, market price means the price fluctuates with the market
based on like how much crab is going for at that time.
But their price now is $80 just for one crab.
Yeah. So when we went to dinner, it was Stanley, my mom and I. My mom and I shared a crab, and we didn't, I can't eat an entire crab like that. It's as good as it is. I cannot eat an entire crab like that. I would have leftovers. But so we shared the crab. We all had garlic noodles, and we did have for appetizer like mussel. What was it called? Mussel
toast.
Mussel toast.
They take mussels from giant muscle-bound guys and put them on the toast.
Right. Okay. So, so then for dessert, they brought out that was a lava cake, right? Or was that just like chocolate? It was very warm in the middle.
It was like a lava cake.
It was like a lava cake with vanilla bean ice cream. They also brought out,
it's mussel with a question mark, Gabriel. You know the difference. Come on.
They also brought out, fried banana.
Yes.
Yeah, fried banana with ice cream. So very good. I love that spot. I think the one thing a couple of things have changed. So if you are local and you go to this spot, but maybe
good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Chris. Maybe you haven't been since the pandemic. Some things have changed. So they don't have valet parking anymore.
Yeah, we have valet parking because the valet lot they used was sold to build, that song, put up a parking lot. Well, they took out a parking lot and put up a condos.
Yeah, so there's no valet parking, so it is very hard to find parking now. So if you do decide to go there, plan accordingly.
And one of my pet peeves, which drives me insane, is I try every effort to drive legally, even when it comes to seeing a parking spot on the other direction. However, I must be the only one that does that, because as I go up to make a legal U-turn, the car behind me makes an illegal U-turn and ends up being perpendicular with the parking spot and looks over at me and starts laughing because they got the spot.
That's not cool.
And I went up to make a turn in the intersection, which you're supposed to do. In that case, that's the only place to do it safely. And you can't do it within, I think, 200 feet from the intersection, inside the street. So you make the U-turn right there, that's actually a violation, but they got the spot, and I had to drive around and look for another 10, 15 minutes.
That happened to us when we went to the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Festival, too. Someone did that, too.
So if you're anywhere like me and you like to drive by the rules because you know that the minute we break the rules, the minute we get busted and get a ticket, but you watch everybody else around you break the rules, it's annoying. It's a little frustrating, but it's even more frustrating when they break the rules in front of you,
And
they
then
know,
taunt you.
They know that they did it, and they laugh at you like, "Look what I did."
That's not cool.
And then people go, "Well, I don't understand why he got all upset about me for. I was just driving. All of a sudden and they'll just switch it and gaslight you like it was your fault, not their fault."
That's why people get road rage.
And that's why you have road rage sometimes.
Sometimes people get road rage. For me, it's never worth it, but you know.
It's like they poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, and then when the bear wants to bite back, they claim, "I don't know what happened. The bear just went wild."
Yeah.
No, you triggered it.
You know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to, and thank you to all the people that are saying happy belated birthday. I appreciate it. So yeah, we went to Thang Long for dinner. A couple of things have changed. If you decide to check it out, just know it's hard to find parking. Also, the thing with the no more market price, the crab on the menu is now $80.
And they used to have tablecloths, but they found out that tablecloths cost them $4,000 a month.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To get them cleaned, so they got rid of tablecloths, and so it changed the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it still seems like it's like very what's the word I'm looking for? It's still like nice and like elegant, but it was just like one thing we noticed where like, because they used to have our servers used to come over and use the what are those things?
To scrape the
crumbs off, and now they don't do that. They basically use a cloth and wipe off the whole table. And then the other thing, I think we mentioned this a while ago, but more importantly, a good thing to know when you go there is that the gratuity is actually already included.
Yeah.
No matter the size of your party, some places it's like 6 or more, and they just automatically put the gratuity. We had a party of 3, and the gratuity was already included.
Yep.
So good to know.
And it wasn't. I'll admit that it wasn't 60. It wasn't 20%, because it should have been our bill. If they had included, it would have been $80 had they included the entire gratuity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it gives you an idea, what everything's costing about. And just so you know, if you don't live in the Bay Area, the Bay Area has it's a whole different level of pricing.
Yeah.
Nothing like any place else you've been in the world. You would go somewhere where you get a burger for $13, while the Bay Area costs $19.
Yeah, and someone pointed that out when you wished me happy birthday on Twitter, and he took this shot. I asked him if he could show another picture, but Stanley will be Stanley, and he showed the picture of me holding the menu, like bending down, and I had a big hat that said 40. Also, he did me wrong with that. I'll get back to that in a second. So I'm holding the menu, and it said $19 for burgers. Anyway, he did me dirty because I come home from my first breakfast that day, and he's like, "Okay, we're going to go to breakfast now." He brings out this sash and hat that says, I didn't even realize, it says 40 on it, and then the sash says, "It's my 40th birthday." And I know, it's actually pretty sweet, it's cute, but I'm making fun and saying he did me dirty because he basically made me wear it for breakfast and dinner, and then he made me wear it the next day on Saturday. So yesterday he also took me out for my birthday, but it was a surprise. So Friday, even though Friday was my birthday, it was actually more on the chill side, which I really appreciated, because I'm not the type of person that likes to like go hard or do anything like super big. I like very much more intimate settings, and just spending it with like the people that I love, that I'm very close to. So Saturday, Stanley is just like, he doesn't tell me where we're going. He just basically says, dress comfortable. He's like, I'd like you to wear jeans and, whatever top. And so I'm like, okay, and walking shoes. And he's like, just be ready by 11 o'clock. So I'm like, okay. So I wake up, get ready. For the most part, I'm ready by 11 o'clock. But he comes back to me and he goes, "Oh, when you said you wanted to wear a jersey, I thought you meant a jacket. Can you change?" And I was like, "Oh, wait, really? Now I'm really going to be late because I have to figure out what to wear." Because I was sporting my Warriors jersey like I do very often. And so I didn't change. So anyways, I go down the stairs and he's like, and a couple of times in the morning, he's like going outside and then coming back, going outside and coming back, but I didn't know what was happening. So, and his phone rang, and I was like, "Hey, do you want me to get it?" Because normally he's like, "Yeah, can you pick up the phone for me?" And this was like the one time where he was like, No, that's okay. And then he And then he picks up the phone hella quick. So I should have known something was up. So anyways, we go down the stairs, and like I'm going around the corner because he's like, I'm thinking we're gonna get in his car, and there is this black SUV in the driveway. And the black SUV, there's a guy that comes out and he's like, "Hi, I'm Andy, your driver for the day." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Okay, please enter you can enter the vehicle." And so I'm getting in the vehicle, and mind you, I'm wearing this hat that has 40 on it. I should go get it so I can show everyone.
Well, I was trying to pull it up, but for some reason it won't let me do it.
Well, I'll go get it in a second and I'll show you, because I haven't posted any pictures from my birthday on social media yet, just because we've been so busy. So I'll probably take the time to do that a little bit later. So I'm wearing this hat that says 40, and it's like it's like a headband, and there's a hat at the top. I get in the car and the headband takes me back because I hit the top of the car, and I like look to the side, and all of a sudden I see two of my best friends from middle school in the back seat, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I'm like, I'm so surprised, and I'm still stuck because of my hat, so it was like very funny. And actually Stanley recorded it, so I'll probably put it online.
It should pop up in a second.
Oh, you shared it? Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so that was what I looked like when we went to breakfast.
And hopefully it'll pop up at some point.
Oh yeah, because I'm on delay. So anyways, so we go, so he's like, yeah, I see my two best friends, shout out to Patty and Jamie. So they come, and we're going to this, what I didn't know. So it's Stanley, my friends Jamie and Patty and me, and then our driver. And the driver's like, "Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna take about 2 hours." And I'm like, "Where the heck are we going?"
Yeah, it shouldn't have been that long.
So also, what do you call it? We had like drinks in the car. Drinks is in like water, a little bit of champagne to celebrate. So we went to.
And I didn't drink. I just went for the ride.
Yeah, he went for the ride. So we went to what do you call it? We went to Hillsburg, right? Hillsburg, yes. To this winery called Raymond Burr. And the winery is actually after the actor Raymond Burr, who played in Perry Mason.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we didn't realize at the time when we got there, we didn't put two and two together until Stanley said something. We're sitting there just doing some wine tasting, and he was like, "Is this the same Raymond Burr as the actor?" And then the lady for the wine tasting told us that yes, and confirmed it. Because in actuality, we didn't realize it because we were supposed to go to a different winery, which I had no idea because I didn't know any of the plans.
So let me chime in here a little bit. So I had major plans that were supposed to be in place, but they didn't work out. So we had to switch plans at the last minute. So I gave the company that we were going to use the car with the new address and where we're going to. Well, unbeknownst to me, there are two wineries with similar names. There's Raymond Winery in
St.
Helena, and then there's Raymond Burr Winery in Hillsborough. And I assumed that he was going to the right one. I was surprised he said it was 2 hours because Napa's really not 2 hours away.
Yeah.
But
it took, like the last time I went to Napa, it took like an hour and a half.
So we pull up and they're like, "Hey, we're here. We have an appointment. We have reservations, blah, blah, blah." I go, "Oh, we don't do reservations here." They go, "Is this Raymond?" They go, "Yeah, Raymond Burr. You might have went to Raymond other one," which was an hour and a half away.
If we had decided to leave that place and go to the other one. Again, I didn't know any of the plans. Like, this was all a surprise to me. And so he's like, "Do you want to go to the other one? Do you want to stay?" And I was like, "I really don't know the difference."
She didn't know the difference. So
I didn't know the difference.
And I realized an hour and a half away. So by the time, and we had a limited time for the car because the driver had to be home for his kids by 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I had to make an executive decision. And we decided to stay, not realizing that it was actually Raymond Burr. And
until we started doing the wine tasting.
Until I said, "Wait, there was an actor who used to be under the name of Raymond Burr."
Yeah.
And they go, "It can't be the same person." But then he's the same person who wrote, "They'll have no wine before it's time."
which I've never heard because
Well,
I was unfamiliar, to be honest. And Shirley Baker says, love Raymond Burr. So yeah, so it's funny. So we were doing the wine tasting, sitting. The lady that was serving us, very nice,
very polite.
Everyone
people.
was very sweet, actually, and we were just having a good time. And then like the view was so beautiful. It was like you could see like the fall colors and everything. The sky was nice, so I just felt very like at peace. But I'm over here like enjoying this time with Beeb and like my two like really good friends, like best friends. Excuse me. Oh, I just had a Topo Chico burp like you. Yeah. So yeah, so it was really cool. Did a few tasted like I think like 4 or 5 different wines. And then we went inside where they have the barrels and everything. It's actually very small, but it's cute. So we went inside where we had the barrels. They had the Emmys for Raymond Burr, so we got to hold the Emmys. Are you showing pictures?
It'll show up.
Oh, okay, cool. So those are my friends, Patty and Jamie, and obviously you see me and Beeb and Stanley. So yeah, so we got to go inside. We took pictures, and then after that we went to go eat because everyone was really hungry. And I think because by the time we went to go eat, it was like already like 3:30. Yeah, so it had been a little bit. Went to go eat, got some burgers, had a really good one, and I had a beet salad. Beets by Dre. Just kidding. So I had a beet salad, and then we walked around the area for a little bit, which was really cute, and then headed back. So again, it was a very for me, it was just chill. I am very like a chill. I don't need like much to be going on type of deal. But very chill. Spent it with my loving friends and loving partner, and just had a good time. When we got home, like it was crazy because it gets dark here. For everyone that's in California, I'm sure it's probably throwing you off a little bit that it gets dark by like 5 something. And like I'm not kidding. When it gets dark, I feel tired. So I was ready to like knock out by like 6:30, but I didn't. We got home just like relaxed and everything, and then went to bed pretty early.
So yeah, overall we had a great trip. Obviously we were taken to the wrong winery, and at that point you have to make a decision. And then the winery called me, and I have to give credit to Liam Makeup because he tried to make sure that we have the best experience at the other winery.
Thank you. I don't know if you're watching. I don't even know if Liam is watching, but thank you for helping Stanley in planning my birthday. Like Stanley is a really, really good and thoughtful planner. This is not the only thing that he's ever planned for me. He's done way more in the past, and like every time, like he always says though, he goes, "Yeah, you need to stop asking questions. Let me just surprise." Well,
it's really hard to surprise her because she wants to be know-it-all.
I just want to know how to dress.
So when my phone rang and I told her don't answer it, she was like, "Oh, what's the problem? You never let me hear."
Okay, let's change the tone.
She was like, "Oh,
I don't talk like that."
Whoa! All of a sudden I can't answer your phone no more.
No, I don't talk like that. But I did say, oh man, this is like the first time that you don't actually want me to answer your phone. That's how I knew something was up. But no, like I just super appreciate like the thoughtfulness that you always have when it comes to like, planning stuff for like my birthday, like important events, because like for me, I always do want to know what's happening. Like I asked him a couple of times, I was like, how should I be dressing for this? Because I don't want to be dressed inappropriately to something, or I don't want to be like not comfortable. So I asked him a couple of times, and all he said was like, just wear jeans and a shirt and walking shoes. Oh, yeah. Here's the video.
Oh, it didn't come up yet.
Oh, okay.
So hold on, I'm trying to pull this up for you guys. Give me 1 second. Still trying to figure out how this whole thing works.
Yes, Gabriel, I had too much sparkling water. And Massa Wells, yes, this was a cool level up. Stanley for the win, for sure. Stanley is just he always comes through.
I try. I don't always come through.
You come through.
It's stressful.
That means it's important to you.
Yeah, it's important, but it's also very stressful. So
I don't want you to be stressed.
No, it's just stressful because you want to make sure it's right. He wants
everything to work out the way that is planned, I get that.
So this is her getting into the car. Da, 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 da. I don't know if you can hear it tonight. You should see it any second now when it comes up.
Are you the birthday girl?
Oh yeah, because we're on delay,
And
right?
she doesn't even know. Now watch, pay attention to her hat.
Yeah.
So as she goes in, her hat gets caught right there. Yeah, of all places, it gets caught at the very top.
Yeah.
And then at that point, she gets to the car. That's when her friends like realize that she's there.
Yeah, that's where I was like, what are you guys doing here?
And they go, "Oh, we just saw this car. We thought we'd get in the back seat." And she's like, "Really?"
Yeah, I was shocked. They like my friends didn't. I had no idea that they were gonna be there. I had no idea what we were doing that day. So it was like it was so cool. And everyone, like people that I was seeing today, like at church, there like a couple of people were like, "Oh, are you celebrating all month?" Heck yeah, I'm celebrating all month. Well, no, Stanley is done with the surprises, but I
can't do no more.
No,
I mean, it was
you
her
did
40th birthday.
you did enough.
And if I could have, we would have left the country, but we couldn't. So
Yeah. Well, and as much as I wanted to at the beginning of the year, I actually like love that we stayed at home. There's always going to be time to travel, but what I will say though is, you guys, last year for my 39th birthday, Stanley took us to Disneyland, and he planned that entire trip too. He figured out like how to get the tickets. He communicated with people, like he made that happen. And like that was I could tell that for him that was stressful too, but he basically didn't keep me in the loop for that either. Like it wasn't a surprise in the sense where I knew what we were doing, but how he put it all together was like I had no idea. So
I just like to, I have a level of what I expect. And we have, just to be fair, I have points from Marriott that we use.
Yeah.
So, and we also fly with points that we have our buy one, get one free tickets.
Well, we drove.
Yeah, we look at everything we can to save money because we don't have money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's very, which is one of the big reasons why we didn't travel out of the country this year. As much as we wanted to, like, it's just not doable. And that's okay. Like, I'm cool, like I said, I'm cool with it being chill, with just being with the people that I love, the people that I care about. That's all that matters. There'll always be time for traveling later, but Stanley throws together some good. And
if we have to drive somewhere, I literally would drive 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I just love driving, but I mean, I love to get behind the wheel and just drive.
Okay, so I guess everybody already saw what it looked like with the sash and the hat, so I don't have to go pull it out.
Right, I showed it to them already.
I thought about wearing it to the podcast tonight, but I didn't want to humor Stanley, so I left it off.
She told me no 100 times.
I did.
I felt like Judas Iscariot. It was
really?
like, no.
I was like, do I really have to wear this now? But anyways, so birthday was good. Oh, another thing. Well, I'm going to show you guys what Stanley got me. So first of all, Stanley never, I love giving cards. I love writing cards.
She writes dissertations.
Write cards for Stanley, write cards for all of my friends. I love cards. Stanley got me a card this birthday. He never gets me cards. He did not even bother writing my name on the envelope.
Okay.
He knew it was for me, so it was okay.
I'm like, wait. Why do I need to write your name? Like, we got like 20 birthdays going on. I want to make sure I give the card to the right person.
Well, so I could distinguish the cards from the other cards I received.
I'm not a sheep. I make my own rules.
Okay. So
and I feel though that if
my name's not on it.
You don't need to be on the card.
Okay. So here's the card, guys. This is the card that he got
Hey,
me.
look who's in Japan.
Who?
Dragon Toothless. He says, I'm also Sapporo, Japan. I hear that your latter half of the 20th century, farmers would feed their cattle, use ground pouches, which unfortunately meant that cows lost their offspring. Okay, well, we're talking about...
that was really random.
That was hell random.
I would love to be in Japan right now, actually.
Oh, we can pretend we're in Japan.
I would love to be.
You want some ramen?
One of my goals... Ooh, that sounds
This
good.
card.
One of my goals is to go to Japan, the Disney in Japan, even though it's not...
I just want to go to Japan where all the lights are and be like, how am I supposed to sleep like this? This is too bright.
Are you going to say it just like that?
Just like that.
Okay, so... Anyways, so this is the card that Stanley got me, okay? So he had to make sure that he let it be known that I'm old. So the card says, your birthday is not a very good excuse for a lot of cheap jokes at your expense. You see that? Okay, that's the card he got me. So I opened it.
And there are cards inside the
He
cards.
says, but it's good enough, right? So getting old isn't easy, but I knew you could do it. You guys, he's doing me dirty. On one hand, you're old. On the other hand, you're still old. You're not getting older. You're getting worse at recognizing lies. And then the last one, you're not old.
Your teeth are so good.
No. It says, oops, sent the wrong card. This one's for someone who's not old. Happy birthday. At least that never gets old. Happy birthday. I love you, Beeb. So this is the only card that I have from you.
Chris
so
said that.
I will cherish
said
it.
If you need a guide for Tokyo, he'll call him and he'll take us around Tokyo.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, Chris, I would love that.
That'd be great.
We really, that's one of the trips where we just can't wing it. We would have to plan that for sure.
Have Chris meet us there and be our complete guide.
Yeah.
Drive us everywhere so we don't drive on the wrong side of the road. Drink sake.
Not while driving.
No, he can't drink sake. We drink sake.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so anyways, so this is what Stanley got me for my 40th. This is what, there's like 4 pieces? Is it 4 or 3?
It should be 5, but I kind of made a mistake with one of them.
That's okay. So, in 2021, we took a trip to...
Wait, pause.
What?
Gabriel says, okay, Stanley, since you did Diane dirty like that, I'm now going to mercilessly correct you for the rest of the episode.
Oh.
Why is that any different?
Oh, okay.
Wait, before we go any further, remember we met a person that goes, we met a person who said they watch our podcast.
We didn't meet the person.
No,
we
they
just...
I
Oh, okay.
don't want to reveal IDs.
Okay.
We met a person, we knew a person who watches our podcast.
We know a person.
We know a person who watches our podcast.
A silent watcher.
A silent watcher.
Yeah.
Who brought up the point and says, I love watching your podcast, but that Gabriel guy is annoying.
True
he
story.
Literally
True
corrects you for
story.
everything. And he says, what is up with Gabriel? Why does he correct you for everything? And I said, you know how I know you watched? Because you knew that Gabriel corrects us for everything.
Yeah, we got some silent watchers up in the house. Hello to our silent watchers. You know who you are.
Oh, Chris said no drive, no way, trains all the way.
Okay, so we're gonna take trains. And we can all drink then.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we can all get like buzzy, wuzzy, was a bear, fuzzy, wuzzy, drank no bear.
Okay, so back to the gift. So in 2021, Stanley took me to Page, Arizona, for my birthday. This is when we were living in Arizona. So Page is up north from where we were living in Phoenix.
It happened yesterday, Gabriel. And it is a true story.
And it is a true story, Gabriel. So, okay. So this is one of the pictures. So Stanley had pictures printed out from our trip. And I love this because I literally, maybe like a couple of months ago, was like, man, we don't have any pictures of us hung up in the house. And so he got this one. This is the biggest one of us. This is in Page. This was in specifically, all of the pictures are specifically from Antelope Canyon, which
If you've never been to Antelope Canyon, you're missing out.
Yeah. Antelope Canyon is beautiful, but if you go in like November, when we went, it is cold. Hence why we're wearing puff vests and sweatshirts.
And this was during the pandemic, so that's why we have the gay shirt around our neck.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. 2021.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the other one. This is just me in Antelope Canyon.
Staring off into
Staring off at a...
So that was my attempt at artistic, that's my artistic...
These are all pictures he took on his iPhone, by the way.
You see the little weird face up here? You see the face right here?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a head sticking out. It's not a real face, but it's up there. If you look very carefully, right here, it looks like there's a guy's face sticking out. That's actually an opening in the crevice.
But also just pay attention to me in the picture, too.
Yeah, just pay attention to Diane.
And then this one is... okay, so I have to make sure, because I always get confused. This is the ground.
Yeah.
So you can see the sunlight coming in through the Antelope Canyon through there, through that picture. Gonna put it back in the plastic.
How far is... That's like...
Antelope Canyon?
4 hours?
From Phoenix?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even remember the drive. Because we first drove to Page, and then we drove from Page.
How far is Antelope Canyon from Phoenix, Arizona?
Yes, Google it.
4 hours and 12 minutes.
Okay. Oh, we also went to Horseshoe Bend when we were up there too. Horseshoe Bend is gorgeous. Oh, maybe at one point we could do that too. But so here's the last one. My mom. I showed this to my mom when I opened my present, and she goes, "What are you staring at?" So Stanley had me pose for that picture, just like looking up at so I was looking up into the opening of Antelope Cave.
Now this is an Indian reservation.
Yeah.
And you cannot go in on your own. You have to go in with a guide.
You have to make reservations for it, yeah.
And yes. So.
But yeah, so we're gonna hang that up in the house,
and
but
there's one more over there. That was a mistake.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah, it's right there on the other side of the couch.
Okay, hold on.
So grab it real quick.
Oh, I thought you purposely didn't want me to show, which is why it wasn't in the bag.
So here's the important part of when you order something is to pay attention to detail, which I did not pay attention to detail. So this one came with it, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" But then at the very top, I realized that I accidentally clicked a Instagram post of someone else.
Yeah.
And that was their photo. So there you go. That's why you got to pay attention. And so I wrote the company, which is called I forgot the name of it now. And so hey, I made a mistake. I accidentally included a photo that should have been included. And I thought they would be like, "Oh, you know what? We would have fixed it." But instead they said, "Well, that was your mistake, so it's on you." So I probably won't do business with them again, but I tried to get it fixed, and they had a really bad response. So I wasn't really happy with the response. Is there a name of the company in there?
Oh, I think it's on the. It's over
do you remember the name of it?
No. Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah,
I want me to go get it.
No, let me tell you the email. Hold on, I'll read it to you. Hold on.
So anyways, yeah, so I thought I love the pictures, and we'll figure out a place in the house to put it up, but I just love it because it captures, that trip was also, again, that was the trip that Stanley planned for my birthday. That trip was really cool too, just because I'm very, I guess it's not very hard to like please me, but it's just like I love scenic things, I love views, I love nature, like I like being outdoors, so anything that like and I like food. So anything that is, outdoorsy, anything that has to do with like eating really well. And I remember when we went there, we hit up that same day, didn't we hit up a good barbecue spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the last day.
It was really good. The last day they were open?
Yeah, because they were open because it was summertime.
Oh, no. They were closed. They were closed because it was winter. It was going into winter, I think.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were closing for the winter. That was the last day.
You said summer, so I was confused.
Well,
because we're up there in November, so.
Well, I'm trying to multitask. I'm sorry.
But that usual for an internet-based service. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know that when it comes to pictures like that, one ad that I see often that people put on their Instagram is this company called Mixed Tiles, which isn't that. But I've heard like good things about that company, so I don't know if that one is good or not. But if anybody needs to order,
it's called Photo Tiles.
Photo Tiles, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna read what I wrote them and
we'll wait to see if they can switch out one of the photos. If not, then I still like my gift.
Blah 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 blah. I'm just looking. Well, give me a second. Keep talking.
I mean, yeah, so pretty much that was it as far as like celebrations so far. I do have, I'm meeting up with some friends next week and the week after. So I will keep the celebrations going until the end of November, but I probably will not be wearing the sash and the hat anymore. I might wear it one more time. I might, because I do have a good friend who is all about like, so when she turned 40, she was all about embracing it. She had a crown, she had a sash, she had the balloons and everything. And I'm very like, oh, I don't really care for people to know my age or that it's my birthday. But Stanley was like, you should let people know it's your one like day to have the attention. So, and I'm not an attention seeker, so it's a little awkward for me. But it was fun.
Yes, it was fun.
We had a good time.
I'm trying to, if you're just joining us right now, I'm trying to find the email and how they responded. And maybe I'm just, maybe I what do you how you say it?
You read it the way you thought that they were responding?
Yeah, it felt like it's weird. What's today's date?
Today's the 10th. You felt like it was defensive?
I felt like they were like, hey, it's your fault. Here, screw you, have a good day. That's how I
That
felt.
doesn't even sound like that should be in the same sentence. Screw you, have a good day.
That's what it felt like to me. So hold on, I think it's today. I looked at it. Keep going.
Oh, so I didn't even realize, but this is, I guess, a long weekend, right? Veterans Day is tomorrow. So a lot of people do have it off. I will just be taking it easy and relaxing. I'm not doing anything. And we're supposed to maybe get some rain tomorrow over here. But yeah, that's it as far as my weekend goes. It was really cool. I'll probably post something on social media after we get off of the stream. Just because I haven't really been online most of the weekend.
And we have to tell you, there's some changes maybe brewing in the air, but we can't talk about it right now. Once we can talk about it, we will.
That might impact this podcast.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we want to do, though, we're considering, is the time of this stream. So I was talking to Stanley earlier, and I was like, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock now. So wondering if we should switch our time to 6 o'clock.
But I realized something, though.
What?
So Chris is in Hong Kong, and he's a different time zone.
Oh, really?
So that may affect him, and we don't want to. So I think if we kind of keep it like it is, I don't know. We can talk to Chris. He can let us know.
Or like a half an hour earlier, like 6:30.
Yeah.
I remember at one point we did do the podcast at 6 o'clock.
We did.
So we're just considering it. Want to know your thoughts? Chime in the chat, including you, Chris, because I know that it's morning time for you at that point. So let us know what you're thinking. But we were considering it, changing it. Oh, and David is hello from Ottawa. He's from Ottawa.
Nice.
Hello.
I like it. Hello, Ottawa.
Welcome.
So if you join us for the first time, this is Millennial Boom. And now don't look down. I'm looking for an email that I can't find. If I sent something, it would be under sent, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me try that.
Unless you didn't send it, it would be under drafts.
I found it sent. Okay. Nope. That's a different one.
Fine with me, but then what would you do when it starts to get light later
We'd
in
have
the
to switch
spring?
it back again.
We would probably switch it back.
One of the reasons why we have it later on summertime is because we're backlit. The sun is setting. We're facing the west.
Yeah. But now that it gets dark earlier, the brightness from outside doesn't impact us anymore because by the time we get on, the sun would have already set. It's noon here now, so it's okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you guys they don't switch the time. We did, so it doesn't. Okay, sounds good. So Betty Veronica says 6 is better. It's before my lunchtime at work. 6 p.m. is better so I can watch more. Okay, so it's sounding like 6 might be a good time that works for people. Chris is okay with it because it's noon there.
Keep talking. I'm still looking. That's so weird. It's like it never happened.
If you didn't send it, it might be in your drafts.
I sent it.
Just in case.
I'll
double check.
I'll check.
Quentin Wu on Facebook says, how's it going, Stanley?
Hello. And if you're from another country that you've been saying, please say hello. If you're a silent listener,
silently say hello by waving to the computer, and even though we can't see you.
No, just say hello, and
kidding.
we'll know you're there. I can't say how many people are there because Gabriel will correct me and tell me I'm wrong. So.
Oh, Shirley says this is my first live. Okay, well, welcome, Shirley, for your first live.
We love new people. We enjoy you. We want to thank you. Oh, by the way, I just thought of something new today.
Do we tell? So we might want to mention why we're called Millennial Boom.
We always do. We didn't do it this time because we were talking about your birthday because that was more important. We're Millennial Boom. The reason why we have that is because I'm a millennial and
I'm a boomer, even though I just turned 40.
Yeah, but the reason why we say it that way is because, technically speaking, I am more tech savvy than her, and she's not as tech savvy.
I'm old school. I still write checks. I still like writing things. I make a grocery list. I like writing it out. I mean, those things don't have to constitute as boomerish, but I'm also not as tech savvy.
And before you say anything, she is not my daughter.
I am not his daughter.
I know people say
this is the love of my life. This is the LOML. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we get a free tile, it looks like. So we'll just go ahead and do the free tile.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait. So you have a different name, Felix? Okay. Well, thanks for being here, and thank you for my belated birthday wish. And I will try to stay as sweet and beautiful inside and out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know what's weird? It says free. It says free trial, but when you go there, you have to order. So it's not really free. It's like, hey, it's free.
Oh, we're still talking about the pictures?
Yeah, so I couldn't find
Did you find, you didn't find the email?
I can't find the email. And I know that I talked to my, I emailed it back today, but it doesn't even show it's being sent. But I know I sent it. I sent it. I know I did. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay. Gabriel says, actually, you could start at 6 even in the spring and summer on cloudy or foggy days.
Well, we don't.
Well, so the sun sets in the west, and we are literally our window faces where the sun sets every
Every summer we get nailed.
yeah. So yeah, I mean there are
Okay.
days when it is foggy, but sometimes it's still bright.
I found it. It was on a different email account.
Oh, okay.
So I wrote to them, oh no! Exclamation. Why don't you read it? So, because you can do it that way. So that's me.
Oh no, it seems that one of the images included was not supposed to be in the original order. Is there a way to get it fixed? I included the image, what was apparently an Instagram post from someone unrelated to us. Is this your order number?
Yeah.
Okay. And they wrote, oh, I thought you were,
No, they
wrote. Okay.
And I said, oh no, because it was my fault. So their response was,
I changed my name so Gabriel can't correct me.
he'll still correct you.
Oh yeah, no, he goes, how does changing your name help?
Yeah.
Hello Stanley, thank you for reaching out to us. We have reviewed your order and we can see that your purchase arrived as it was originally submitted into our system. Our app receives the photos just how they look when previewed within the application. The order goes from your app directly to our printing queue, so no changes can be applied to the order once submitted.
Yeah. Now, let me explain to you how. Now, I know it sounded like maybe it was just me being like, I can't believe it. Just, I'm used to. What?
William Williams says Diane is 40 now, so she has aged out of daughter status. No, you won't. It doesn't matter. We'll still walk around, and someone will. Then they'll still think that.
So I've had companies that I've dealt with. Like, here's a good example of good customer service. I have our Mr. Badley shirts made by a company called Queensboro, and if you go to MrBadley.com, you can see the link under merchandise. Queensboro is such a great company that and Canva the same way.
Yeah, Canva
is notoriously good for that. Is that even if I made the mistake, they say, well, that's not acceptable to us, even though it was your mistake. So we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
So literally, I ordered a bunch of jackets from Queensboro for us for we did a shoot. Ordered jackets and shirts for everybody. And there was a small typo. It wasn't a typo. I wrote in the notes can you make sure that my name is not the same color as the shirt because it would blend in. Well, no one read the notes, so they sent me the shirts and the jackets, and you couldn't read my name. It was all in black, and the jacket was black. And so I said, hey, I wrote notes. Nobody read it apparently because people don't read. And
you did not say people don't read.
No, I'm saying that how I say people don't read.
Oh, I was like, you did not write that in the email.
I know. No, I actually talked to them on the phone.
Oh, okay.
They allow me to call them up. A lot of companies don't even let you call up anymore. You just get an email. And email me, and when we get around to it, we will fix it if we want to, but we won't. But they don't understand that the old adage that the customer's always right, even if the customer's wrong. So there's 3 companies I know that will fix it even if it's your fault. Sorry. Queensboro, love them. They actually sent us all brand new jackets.
They did,
and said, don't send the other ones back. Just keep them.
Yep. So now I have 2. One with the white lettering and one with the black one. Yeah.
But they said, keep it. Don't worry about it. We got you. And I was like, well, I can send them back. Another one was Canva.
They fixed your
I made a
website.
Typo.
Yeah.
I had MrBadleyTV.org, but I forgot the V. So it said Mr. Badley T, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
But Ed caught it.
So then we had to, I remember, we didn't get it fixed in time for the event that we had the flyers for. So I remember handwriting all of your website, the websites for all of them.
And so they did it right away. They shipped it out, and they even gave back our money back and gave it to us for free, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So Canva, you always got my business. Queensboro, you always got my business. And another one is Sticker Mule.
Yeah.
Sticker
Mule. Yeah, Sticker Mule has it's the one with this.
Mr. Badley sticker.
Yeah, the Mr. Badley sticker.
So I've been using Sticker Mule since they started. And they're also another company that if you don't, If they find there's a mistake done, typically it's got to be their mistake though, but they will replace it for you and get it out to you ASAP. So I applaud any company that takes the time to do something that needs to be done. It's called customer service. I admit I made a mistake because clearly I clicked the wrong photo. I don't know how I clicked that. I don't know when I clicked that, but some other they call it, I fat fingered it. So
I hate that saying.
So I actually touched it.
I really don't like when you say.
And the photo that I was supposed to be was the you and I.
Yeah, because I was like, who is that random guy in the photo?
The you and I kissing was the one I was trying to do.
Oh.
And somehow or another it must have been next to it, and it went through and I didn't catch it. And me multitasking. So I'm going to have to order a new one to fix it so we can put them up.
Oh, can we make that one a gigantic one?
I don't know how big. I'm not trying to have
big. Can we make that one big?
Look, I don't even like pictures of me. I don't like to see myself on TV.
He doesn't, you guys. So the funny thing is about this gift that he gave me is it came about because I remember we had a conversation like a couple of months ago where I was like, we really don't have that many pictures of us. We don't have any pictures. We have like small.
We have internet pictures.
We have small pictures. We have pictures of us on the internet, and I made us a photo album, like different years of us together. So we have those, but they're like none of them are like hanging up in the house. I really never thought about it because I'm like, well, we always see each other and we're always around each other, so why do we really need pictures? But then I thought like it's nice to be able to look at these things because I do have pictures posted up in our house of like me and my mom or like me and my other friends, and it's like you have like a couple of pictures too, but like there's none of us together. So we're like, I go, do you notice that we don't have any pictures of us together? And he's like, not really, because I don't like pictures of myself. And
so let me explain something to you. She'll tell you this. I don't even like to watch myself on television. So when I do these segments,
ironic.
I barely watch my own work because I don't want to see myself. I hyperanalyze everything. I like my voice, why does it sound like that, why I look that way, oh my God, what's going on here? And relationships I had before Diane and I, there were big arguments about, you never had pictures of us in the house. I never had pictures. This is the first time I've ever brought a card or have pictures of myself in the house.
Dang, and in the card you had to reiterate that I was old. That's okay though. I'm just kidding.
Well, you are old.
I'm not old.
Okay, I'm not old. I'm just fluffy.
Old is like...
You're older than you were before.
95.
Okay, well.
So anyways, so I'm excited though. I think I already know where I want to put them, but we just have to wait for the corrected one.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So I got to order a new one because, it was my fault. We did not visit Crater in Lake Oregon, but we want to think about doing it. But we have been to the Grand Canyon. We've been to the
Horseshoe Bend. Horseshoe Bend is really cool looking.
Yeah, it's a long walk though.
Really cool.
And Horseshoe Bend, don't go in the summer because you will horseshoe bend over from the heat.
Really? We didn't go in the summer though.
No.
Horseshoe bend over in the heat. Horrible. Horrible, guys.
We went to Yellowstone. We drove to Yellowstone. The craziest thing about driving to Yellowstone wasn't the fact that we got to Yellowstone. It was the fact that we stopped in a little small town called Elko.
Yeah.
Nevada. Elko, Nevada. Never been to Elko, Nevada in my life. It's way out there in Nevada somewhere. Clearly, Nevada. It's in the name. And it was in the morning. We just drove there to spend the night. That's all we wanted to do was spend the night because we were going to drive all the way. So I don't try driving all the way to there. We camp out.
Yeah, because we drove from San Francisco.
We drove there and we spent the night there. And there was a Walmart around the corner because I took pictures of all the watermelons that were covered in ice. It was so hot. It was pretty warm. But I come downstairs to grab the continental breakfast to bring it upstairs. And this housekeeper was working in there. And she looks at me and she goes, I love your work. And I'm thinking she clearly has me confused with somebody else. And I said, you do? She goes, yes, I love the work you do. It's very good. And I watch it all the time. I'm like, oh, so you must live in the Bay Area. No, I live out here. I'm like, you live out here in Elko? And you know who I am? That was mind-blowing to me because I expected to be out in the middle of nowhere and we would have run into a soul. But it was me, Diane, and my 2 daughters. So that was a unique. But then I started to find out that if I went to Canada, people were like, who's behaving badly? Or if I went to Vancouver, which is Canada, But when I say no, I'm saying Canada because I was in Toronto.
Yeah.
Who's behaving badly? I took a picture with the guy. Turns out he's a big fan. We were standing in Seattle at a guy playing the piano, and the guy next to me goes, "Hey, you're that guy from TV." But it's crazy though when I meet people who go, "I know you from LAPD, the TV series," or "I know you from Barry, Check Please."
The other day at my birthday, for breakfast, the guy came up to say happy birthday to me, and then he goes, "Are you that guy from Check Please?"
Yeah.
And I just watched that episode.
I was in Check Please in 2005.
But I think it aired in a couple of years later for the first time.
And by the way, I do love Vancouver, Chris. I know it sparked an interest. But we went to what's that, Capistrano Bridge?
Yeah.
And that was fun. But it's just unique that we run across people in other places, Mexico.
I'm still laughing though at the Check Please recognition.
Yeah,
because you not that you looked different, you still look like Stanley, but you were so much younger in that video.
Yeah. Yes.
And I found it. Should I put the link to that Check Please episode?
Oh, speaking about that, Victor wrote you should do an episode of church people behaving badly. Remember the time when I got the video of the preacher who gave a complete sermon about my segment? I was dying.
I wasn't there for that.
What was we had a weather person at Cron.
I wasn't there. I didn't work there.
She's like, yeah, they were talking about you at our church. I'm like,
yeah, you told me about that, but I don't think I worked at Cron anymore, so I don't know who that was.
But I think the craziest thing about me working was when I left Cron, which for some reason people think I got fired, and I never got fired. I resigned because I went to work. Thank you, Shirley. I went to work in Arizona because the cost of living was so high. But it's funny that you run into some that, like, I always have a joke when people go, "Oh, you worked on Cops, didn't you?" I go, "Yeah." And so I didn't see you. Well, you're not going to see me. I was camera. But I said, but I was the joke that I would be like was, yeah, you know that black guy you see running from the cops? Yeah, that was me. I was the guy.
Stupid. Stupid.
I was the extra for cops. My job was to run from the police no matter what happened. When I was in high school, my girlfriend worked at IHOP, and she said everyone fought to not work at Sunday noon. Okay.
At Sunday noon?
Did I read it wrong? Because I always read something wrong. It's from Chris.
Wait, I don't see it anymore. Did it disappear?
Hey, Victor. So Victor can attest to the fact that part of my community service as doing what I was doing was I would go talk to kids at school. And Victor would invite me to Balboa High School.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And to talk to the kids about their future and how they can, how hurdles will get in your way, but you just have to jump over them and keep moving.
Yeah.
And he said that a lot of the kids that I talked to end up going to good colleges. So
good.
I think am I correct, Victor, that someone went on to go to college? And I'm not saying that my conversation helped them, but I hope it had an impact. Because I was it's kind of hard when you see, and people can't relate to this, but when you see a black guy on TV, especially a black guy who didn't have a degree, who just managed to make something out of nothing. And I never understood the level of what I did and how it affected people until I left and stopped doing it. And then I started to realize the people that came to me and said, he said, "This is true, you saved a few." So I'm happy that I saved some people. But it's funny though. Thank you. People don't hear this that often, that I'm out here, I go speaking. All they want to do is
they want to bash you for they want to sometimes say that you are, putting people on blast or
I've been called the grifter,
people, but that's not even what it is.
I've been called the grifter, the N-word, notoriously, all kinds of names. And then if I try to make a single dollar, they want to question where the money came from. And that's kind of sad that they do that. That I can't even try to make a living because it's questioned.
Yeah.
Well, why you do this? Well, who gave you that? Well, why'd you have that? I don't owe anybody an answer.
No,
I don't.
You don't.
But they think I do. And this whole world of the internet, they think people owe answers when I actually don't. I'm not a politician. I don't have to answer to anybody. But they think I do. And literally people will send me messages and says, "Who gave you that money? I want to know who gave it to you. You need to tell me right now." That's none of your business.
Wow, you get those kind of DMs?
Oh, I get those kind of...
Do you just ignore them?
I ignore them. because it's like I get so much trash talk from people, that, and then I had people that make up stories. There was one person that made up a story that, the story that I would go to restaurants and sit down and go, "Hey, I'm Stanley Roberts. You should feed me for free." That's not even my personality. You know me. I'm like, I'll ask for the bill. Always ask for the bill. Can I get the check, please?
Check, please.
A check, please. So it's a strange world that people don't know exists. And because I was in TV, here's the Lost World poster. You need to tell me right now. Actually,
who wrote that?
Chris.
Oh.
That's a great poster. And you know what? It has a serial number. I had appraised. So there's 3 posters on that wall. Each one is valued at about $500, $600 a piece. They're double-sided. They're actual movie posters, and they have actual serial numbers. The one on the very end was signed by Spike Lee. So.
Victor says, let's inspire them before they decide to do something that's bad. That's totally you. Amen.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. These fools are questioning the wrong people. They should be, I agree. They should be correcting other people, but I literally can't, that's why I went underground a little bit with what I talk about, because everything I do is questioned, and if they can't figure out the answer, then they make up one.
Yeah.
And usually it's wrong, but I'm not here. I don't have to tell you anything. What I do is none of your business.
Well, people like to assume, right? People, I feel like to assume, and so like, but there's one thing where, like, if you want to ask for clarification, because you don't want to assume, I get that. But like, to demand someone to answer to something that's none of your business, that's different. Yeah,
we have a whole new world out here where people are so entitled they think that I have to owe them answers for whatever I do.
Well, they have what's it called? Keyboard courage, where they're like at a computer, and so they're like, because would they say that to you in person?
Oh no, never.
Exactly. No. So it's like they got keyboard courage. They're like, oh, okay, well, I'm behind the computer, so I'm
going to grow some.
Yeah.
And I can do whatever I want, and I can say what I want. I can do what I want, and I can say what I want, and it's up to you to prove it wrong. And in this world and age, if people make accusations that are false, it doesn't matter, because half the people are going to run with it. They're going to run with it no matter if it's false or not. Because someone said it, so it must be true.
Yeah.
The old joke is, it must be true. But I also let me put this up real quick. I want to tell you guys that I got a message today that one of, hold on, stay with me.
I have something to say after you have something to say.
Went to the airport and he got not secondary, let me take it back. Oops, that's not it. I'm trying to do it without, there we go. So he tried to go through the airport with some of the misbehaving Arizona blend coffee, which you can see on the QR code there. If you want to get some, it helps. A portion of it goes towards our nonprofit to do more work, to do more videos. And if you haven't noticed on Facebook, some of our videos we did for the county of San Mateo are starting to be published now.
Oh my gosh, I'm laughing at that. Because people are literally like, there was one where people were literally like, yeah, I think she does that all the time, or so. She looks like she does that all the time. What was that video? Was that the one where I was driving through the hot crosswalk?
Yes, and this was all staged. Yes. Everything was staged. We had closed road. We had motorcycle cops blocking traffic. We did everything we could to make sure that there was nobody injured when this took place. And I had to have $2 million insurance. We had to write scripts. We had to give everybody their lines. Everybody had to do everything. We had police shutting down the road. We had driving shutdowns where we were moving, and when we were moving, the motorcycle cops would shut the road down as we go along. While we had a camera car shooting everything. And so we really spent the time to do this, and this is part of our nonprofit, is to do public safety awareness videos. So we did them last October.
Yeah, now, not last October, October of last year. Of
2023, they just got released a year later. Now, ironically, when I released them, I got flagged by YouTube as reusing content. So I had to show them how we do the videos, and they were supposed to give me, within 14 days, they would.
It hasn't been 14 days.
It hasn't been
yet,
14, but it's close because I posted them on the 1st. Today's the
10th.
Right. So tomorrow
you
is
still have a few more days.
A few more days. So them to review it, and if they determine that the content in their mind is still doesn't meet the qualifications, then my whole page will be demonetized. So imagine doing all this hard work to only be told, oh, that's not your work. And that's what happens sometimes. I'll post something and they'll tell me that the work that I posted is not my work and it belongs to somebody else. So therefore we're going to penalize you for using someone else's work, even though it's my work.
That's crazy.
So we're still waiting for them to make a decision. I posted it on the 1st and you have 14 days. And then if they decide to demonetize my YouTube channel, I won't be able to remonetize it for 3 months. Only if I reapply, and then they go back to the whole process all over again.
Wow.
So I got a funny feeling that it's going to go down. The video we posted was pretty legit. I can't show it to you until they agree to like it or not like it. But once we make a determination, I'll show you the video. It's on YouTube, but it can't be. It
has to be unlisted.
It has to be unlisted until they look at it. So bear with me. It's frustrating when you're trying to do work and when you're doing it on your own. It's super frustrating because you're up against so many obstacles. And especially when you're doing it honestly, crazy part is people are stealing people's content all day long. Nothing happens. I know. My content's been stolen a lot. Seen it, watched it, even have to oh, well, how do you know it's your video? Well, because I'm in it.
Yeah.
You know? I remember I did a piece.
Because it's my voice.
I remember I did a piece about the monks, the faux monks, I call them. And faux monks meaning fake monks that were all around San Francisco. And then one day somebody goes, hey, your story made AP. But it was my story, but 2 reporters from the Chronicle took credit for it. And said it was their story. I'm like, and so I had to call AP to show them. It took me, by the time I got in touch with AP to show them that it was my video and not the Chronicles, it had already been up for 8 hours. That's how long it took. And they said, well, how do we know it's you? I'm like, okay, first of all, it's my voice, and that's my video of me in the background. You know, that's me. Do I sound like a blonde-haired woman? Because the 2 women were blonde-haired women that said that it was their video. I mean, it wasn't. So how in the world does someone else get credit for my own work? I have no idea. And they were giving themselves virtual high fives over the work they did when they did absolutely nothing.
That's crazy.
So you do work, someone steals it, and then you have to confirm to people that that's your actual work. It's mind-boggling.
That's stressful.
It's mind-boggling when you did something that should be great and someone else gets credit for it.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. A lot of times, though, I remember my old boss one day, I had this great idea, and he kiboshed it. He said, no. But ironically, I'll tell that part afterwards. So then we have our morning meeting to do stories, and he had this great idea. The same idea that he kiboshed for me, he said was a great idea. Well, what he didn't know was I told the same idea to 2 other people.
Yeah.
So when he said the story and pitched it as his own, they said, oh yeah, Stanley told him about this morning. And you saw his face change because he knew that he got busted. He literally acted like it was his own story. He literally was going to, he told me, no, it'll never work, and then pitches it as his own.
Wow.
And I'm like, what in the world is that? So it's a crazy world. If you got something and you do it, don't, remember the fish?
Yeah.
On Lincoln Lawyer?
On Lincoln Lawyer, yeah.
It's a big mouth bass. He's mounted to a wall. And on top of it says, if I had kept my mouth shut, I would be in a situation.
Yeah.
Which means keep your mouth shut and you won't somebody can't steal your idea.
What's that saying where it's like, don't tell people what you're doing, when you're doing it, just wait until you've finished it. Just do it, yeah.
Yeah. So I had an idea for a movie script and everybody was like, ooh, tell us. No.
No, why? So you can steal my idea?
Yeah. Yep.
What's this whole thing with, is that picture of Diane your profile picture? What is that?
Where?
Gabriel says, at Benny Veronica, is that a picture of Diane your profile picture?
It looks like you.
Oh, it's Wonder Woman. I suppose they could be the same.
Well, you are Wonder Woman.
Oh, thanks. So Felix says, I never saw you as a black guy when I first saw you, Stanley. Just like MKBHD, he's a black YT tech reviewer.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Tech reviewer that I've been following for a long time. I see you and him as unique individuals.
Well, I try to be unique. And we watched other people try to mimic our story. We literally did. We tried to watch people mimic the story. And there were stories. So there were other shows around the nation that started being called People Behaving Badly.
Yeah, I remember.
And we saw it.
Yep.
And I even called one of them up in, what city was that?
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi. I said, what? And no one at my old station
defended
me about these different names.
Yeah.
They didn't care about the names until I said I was going to go to Arizona, and then all of a sudden they trademarked. They wanted to trademark the name, so I couldn't use it.
Yeah, and then like Chris says, oh, I had a boss like that too. She stole all of my ideas, so I stopped suggesting. Yeah, see, like I feel like that is it's not a motivator. You have no motivation to suggest things or to even come up with the ideas at work if someone's just gonna steal them.
Yeah, it's like that's why you tell other people. So that way when they come up with this brilliant idea, you know that it wasn't their idea.
Yeah, but see, you have to be careful
even with those people,
who you tell. Yeah. Because at the same time, that could backfire.
Yeah, exactly, it can. So I'm not saying that don't tell someone. If you think you have a great idea,
just make sure you can trust them.
Yeah.
Make sure you trust that person that you're confiding in.
And we say trust. We say trust implicitly.
Yeah.
Because there's trust and then there's trust.
Okay, now you sound like Brooke.
When you trust someone, you trust them.
But when you trust someone, you trust. Oh wait, I messed that up.
Yeah. That's my daughter. I said it 100 times. She said, Dad, I want to swim. And I'm like, what's the difference between swim, and swim? But when you swim, you swim.
But when you swim,
you swim. And I figured, you can't argue with that kind of logic. You can't argue with that kind of logic. Oh, speaking about, so my oldest is 20.
No, your oldest is not 20.
No, youngest is 20, sorry.
Yes.
So she calls me the other day and she goes, Daddy, guess what I did? I said, what? She said, I made your shrimp compote. Your blueberry.
That's disgusting.
I made your blueberry compote the other day. And I poured it over pancakes for my friend and they were like, oh, this is interesting, right? And I said to her, wow, I'm so proud of you. I said, do you notice though, that when you cook the blueberries, that they tend to, like if you don't watch them, they will overflow if you walk away for a brief second. And there's a long pause. She goes, wait, you cooked the blueberries? I said, wait, what did you do? I'm like,
and she didn't cook them. She ended up putting them in a blender.
She blended them, added some sugar. And then said, okay, here's your blueberry compote. I'm like, okay, that's not how you make it. But okay. So the reason why I make blueberry compote, because I don't like syrup because it usually has high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, unless you get like the pure maple grade A syrup.
Syrup, yes. So we don't like, and we don't eat enough pancakes to have syrup laying around.
Although, man, your pancakes be good. You want to make some pancakes?
But I make some.
Wait, do you still have any more buckwheat?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I make
pancakes tomorrow. I just got some blueberries.
No, we just have to do bacon.
So?
No.
Pancakes and bacon.
Okay, you make it then.
No, but you make it so good. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to make blueberry compote.
Okay, so then we have bacon.
Hey, it's still my birthday month.
All right, I had 3 days to take care of you with your birthday. Now it's like you get up and make the breakfast.
Just 2 days.
No. Thursday, you had sushi.
That's not breakfast, Beeb.
It doesn't matter. I made breakfast too.
On Thursday?
Yes.
What'd you make?
I made pancakes. Remember?
No.
Yes, pancakes, eggs, and a sausage.
Nope.
Yes. Yes, I did. I know what I made.
I love you.
So basically, all I did was, I made them for her.
And you make it tomorrow.
And I use buckwheat pancakes because they're better easier to digest than white flour.
Buckwheat is so good.
And add a little bit of honey into the mix, which is good. Gives it a little bit extra flavor. But then I make the blueberry compote from scratch. And so it went to blueberry, but again, if you don't blueberry compote is like, it's really, really finicky. So if you put it in the pot, you'll watch it for 20 minutes and nothing will happen.
But the minute you
The
step
minute
out
you
the
step
kitchen,
out the room and come back, it's overflowing.
and then you have blueberry all over the
place.
stove.
All the stove, yes.
Um,
So I do like making blueberry compote, but
Okay.
it's a lot of work though.
he likes making
So
it.
it takes about half an hour to make the compote.
He's gonna make it tomorrow with our pancakes.
I am not.
No.
Nope.
But tomorrow's a holiday.
Yes, that's why we're having bacon and eggs.
And
grits.
No. And pancakes.
No.
Oh, maybe I can make my baked banana pancakes tomorrow.
Okay, do that.
But I only have one ripe banana.
Well, that's not my problem. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Okay, so I'll just make myself baked banana
Knock
pancakes.
yourself out. Then I'll make me some pancakes.
You guys see how he does me? So bad. Date syrup is a great alternative to sweetener. Ooh, I've never tried date syrup before.
You guys should do a cooking show, Baking with Beeb. Well, no, because there'll be baking with Beeb and eating with Beeb.
And I'll be the one eating. He'll be the one baking. Baking and eating with Beeb.
Because I'm about to make, probably next day or so, I'm going to make some
mac and cheese.
My mac and cheese.
Yep.
But I'm also going to make what I just buy.
Tillamook cheese.
No. Corned beef, hash.
Oh, want to make that tomorrow?
No, the meat's frozen.
Want to make that tomorrow?
Broken record. Moving on.
Why don't you take it out tonight and make it tomorrow?
Let me take it out tonight in front of everybody.
Take out the corned beef.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, you're so ridiculous.
I was confused for a second. I thought you wanted me to pull my meat out of the freezer.
You guys listening to him? He's behaving badly.
Oh, that's not.
Ooh, red velvet waffles yesterday, Chris. Man, that sounds too sweet. Sounds
like, isn't there a rapper called Too Sweet?
No, I'm saying red velvet waffles sounds too sweet. I love waffles too. Hey, you know how to make waffles?
No, you need a waffle maker for making waffles. That's why it's called a waffle.
You want to buy a waffle maker?
We have enough stuff already.
And make waffles?
No, I do not. Why don't you get up tomorrow morning and put the bacon in the air fryer? Oh, so now all of a sudden you want to be like, how dare you?
No, it's because you're like, why don't you get up?
Well,
in the
you told
morning?
me you told me to get up and make.
No, I said nicely. I said, we want to make.
No, that's not. Oh, there you go again, gaslighting me. No, we're not being gaslit. Nope. Today's the gaslit day.
All right, today is gaslit day. Is tomorrow a paid holiday?
I don't know. We don't get paid.
I feel like
we don't know.
No. I know, but I feel like when we worked in
we
news,
don't know.
I don't think Veterans Day was paid. Was it? When we worked in news, do you remember?
We don't know.
I don't think it was paid. I think.
Ooh, pumpkin pancakes.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. We had pumpkin pancakes when we went to the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Festival.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
that was
were
good. Yeah. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
You want to make pumpkin pancakes tomorrow?
And where do we get the pumpkin from?
We have 2 sitting outside.
Oh, by the way.
I love annoying him, and he loves annoying me.
Yes. She's like my Barney. I love you. You love me.
We're a happy family with a great big hug and a... Why?
Give a dog a bone.
That's not the
This
song.
old man came rolling.
How am I your Barney?
Because you just got finished saying, don't you love me? That's like Barney. She grew up on Barney. I tried to avoid Barney. I figured if you saw a purple dinosaur, you were smoking too much weed.
Oh, but it's so cuddly though. Okay, we're getting way off topic.
Way off topic.
Anyways, okay, so if you don't know, now you know. Okay, well, we've been on for 80 minutes, which is an hour and 20. Stanley, by the way, everything that Diane cooks or prepares should be the best.
Who wrote that?
Felix.
Stop sucking up, Felix.
Libby's fresh pumpkin puree. I want breakfast now.
Go make some. I can't eat. It's too late. I've already
No,
had it.
I'm not eating. I'm not eating anymore either. But I'm just saying.
Anything else we'll talk about before we wrap this puppy up?
I don't think
You
so.
had something you said you wanted to get off your
Oh,
chest.
I said it earlier.
What was it?
I said it earlier when you brought up the PSAs. I was saying that I can't believe that people actually believe that I ran through the hot crosswalk on purpose, and then that I can. So someone was like, yeah, and I bet you that's not her first time, and I bet you that's not her last. I'm like, I'm acting, homie. Like, I don't drive badly like that.
Homie don't play that.
Homie don't play that.
Not even in summertime.
Homie don't do that. I drive.
Where's that from?
I drive right. I sit tight.
Where's that from?
What?
Homie don't do that.
What's that movie called?
Not a movie.
Homie what?
Homie don't play that.
That's not a movie?
No.
Oh, I thought it was from, what's that movie? Okay. Is it a TV show?
Yes.
Living Color.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Homie the Clown.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was from a movie at first, and then I realized
That's it.
I hate it.
You hate what?
I don't like that. I don't like, what's his name? Pennywise?
Pennywise.
Ugh. I don't like clowns.
Yeah, that was Damon Wayans. Thank you, Maverick.
Was that Chris? Man,
Yeah.
Chris be coming through with all the quick.
We know who didn't answer that one.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, Gabriel's been quiet since he found out that he's been accused by a random person as being critical of us on a regular
That's
basis.
true. Gabriel says, Stanley, did you know that when I leave a comment on your Instagram post, I immediately get an automated DM from you?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
My daughter's I do that automatically because people are like, oh, no, why don't you respond to me? So I do automatic one. And they go, wow, that was really fast.
Beef.
Why don't you respond to me? I'm like,
Please stop.
because I can't respond to everybody.
Please stop imitating people like that. I don't.
And then I have the AI now set up. So it sends you to my linked tree. No, it drives me crazy.
Please.
Well, you don't respond to me. I sent you a message and you didn't answer. You didn't answer my message. I'm like, but your message was hello. How do I answer that?
Beep.
Hello back? Hello. And then, I love the ones that ask, they go, what do you do for a living? Look at my freaking website. You came there to ask me what I do for a living when it shows it right there what I do.
You good?
No, I'm having a tyrant right now.
So, Gabriel says, I've been quiet because you didn't make any mistakes, so I had nothing to correct.
Ah,
you did well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure. Thumbs down with the clowns. I don't like clowns.
You like me?
Are you a clown?
Clowning around.
You Stanley the clown?
Clowning all the time.
Or Beeb the clown?
Beeb the clown. And you know what movie I like?
What?
The Attack of the Killer Clowns. You never seen that movie?
I haven't seen it.
That is the movie that you should never watch.
Never watch?
Because it's really a dumb movie, but I love watching it because it's so dumb.
So you like watching dumb movies?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you just want to watch a dumb movie. And Attack of the Killer
Said
Clowns.
no one.
Sometimes that movie is like the dumbest ever made. You know what's dumber than that one?
I know
What?
which one it is. The space one.
Sharknado.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was the space. What's the space movie you like? The Space Clowns?
That's the same one. The Attack of the Killer Clowns. Oh, Lord Jesus.
That movie is so dumb. I have seen that with you.
Yes. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes, that's it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Love that movie. And I can't get anybody to watch it with me.
Pennywise is a demon. I don't like it as well. Yeah, he is evil.
Anyway, Stanley Roberts on YouTube. I'm sorry, Stanley Roberts, Mr. Stanley Roberts on Facebook. If you go there, you'll know this is the right page because I have something like 169,000 followers. Join us. But I'd really like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, unless they take it down. Well, they won't actually take it down.
They'll just demonetize it.
They'll do what Facebook did to me because of what happened before, where I could not even make a single penny on Facebook for 3 years because someone wrote that I was using someone else's content, which I wasn't.
That's crazy. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
I
haven't seen that
Yeah,
one.
that was another one that's like, You can almost see the string holding the spaceship.
Do you mean Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Oh, is that you read that already? Did you?
Yeah. Apparently, Arnie didn't raid you on Twitch.
Amy.
Oh, Amy. It looked like it said Army for some reason. Small text. All right. Stop. Stop making fun of me.
No, I'm not making fun. It's just like, where do you see that?
Because the I looks like an L.
Okay.
So. Where do you work? What do you do for a living? Can you send me money? I'm like, what?
Stop doing the voice beep, please.
Oh, what I'm getting now is from Nigeria. People are asking me if they can be in my next movie.
Oh yeah, they're sending you headshots.
Yeah, can I be in your next movie? I'm like, because they saw Mr. Valley TV, so they want to be in my next movie. If I could produce a movie, I would make millions. I have a great idea for some movies. But, no one wants to give me, if somebody gives me $1 million, there'll be people questioning, where do you get that from? You got it for ill-gotten gains. Okay, anyway. Stanley, that's an I, not an... Okay, Maverick. Good. I guess I have to correct you.
Someone else did it for me. Yeah.
Wait, don't laugh. I love Mars Attacks. I love Mars Attacks. We come in peace.
Who said
that? No, someone wrote Mars Attack, 1996.
Oh, yeah, Felix.
I love that movie. That is another dumb movie, but it was really good. And they had a lot of stars in Dan DeVito.
Oh, Sally, that's an I, not an L.
You're supposed to be here defending me.
I am defending you. I'm just laughing.
Is you laughing at me?
Diane, how do you deal with Stanley's everyday sundowning at 9 p.m.?
Where'd you see that?
Felix wrote it. He's also Tanod Lex.
I'm a little confused. How's it sundowning at 9 p.m.? Our sun goes down at 5:30. Am I missing something?
I'm not sure. Are you?
Maybe I am.
Am I missing something?
Sundowning is a whole different meaning for me.
Oh, sundowning, I thought was when we weren't allowed to be in certain
neighborhoods after dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Felix?
Yeah, so now I want to know. I want to know.
I'm going to clip that and send it to Amy.
I'm not worried about it. You worried about it?
Yeah, I'm not worried about
it. You see me?
I
see you.
You see me? I see you.
Speaking about that, we were in the elevator the other day, and I don't understand what people in the elevator in space. But for some reason, you lose all space and time in the elevator.
People just love to latch on to me in an elevator.
So this lady goes in, she's literally standing on her front toe, front feet.
She's like, there's space.
There's tons of space.
But for some reason, she just wants to be up in my space. She wanted to be in my space.
And I want to be like,
me.
I want to be like, you see her? I see her. You see me? I see you.
I was just like, why is this person so close to me?
So he said sundown, a mood change or a mood swings. No, I don't.
I thought. Oh wait, so where does it say?
He says sundowning can also refer to mental breakdown and losing function.
Oh,
that's what Chris wrote.
How do I deal with your everyday sundowning? Well, no, he doesn't. Stanley's you're pretty consistent.
I'm pretty consistent.
He doesn't. His moods don't really change. If anything, I'm the one that's sundowning.
About when it gets dark though, I want to put my feet up, recline the chair.
Yeah.
And then she hates this because I literally, you know how those little memes where the dog is like happy dog. And he's like, and then they change it. He goes, I'm going to go irritate my better half. Me heading over to irritate my better half. Well, that's me. So I'll be sitting in the chair next to me, and you know, I have a reclining chair.
And he does it so slow.
And instead of reclining like really fast,
he goes.
I go.
Oh, he also does this thing where like he'll go to the kitchen and he'll like look in the refrigerator to see like if he wants anything, and he literally goes.
No, this is what I do.
Oh. No, that's Fox.
No, that's it.
No, you go. No,
you gonna tell me what I do?
No, it's.
You gonna tell me what I do?
It's no, but it's not Fox though. It's like this. It's like. Oh wait, no, I'm confused. It's like. Oh wait. No, I can't do it.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, what does that say? Oh, Parrish, 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. Are you guys going to fry your turkey this year? No.
We never fried turkey. I'm not trying to burn my house
We
down.
never fried turkey.
We go to other people's house. I'll make one dish. We go there. We eat their food.
Dang, I thought sundowning was when seniors are going through dementia.
Sundowning for us means when you go to some neighborhoods where black people can't be up when the sun goes down.
Yeah, when we have to get out of a certain area before sun goes down, or else all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never seen hell break loose.
Well, yeah. So we've heard that all hell breaks loose.
Because with me, you have to run and find out.
You mean like that thing?
Yes.
That thing you don't use anymore?
Oh, I still use it. It's just,
okay.
Give it to me.
F around and find out, huh?
Give it to me.
I don't feel like getting it.
All right, don't get up. All right, guys. So it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Well, actually, yeah.
Hour and 32 minutes.
No, because the countdown was 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we had the thing.
I thought the countdown was only 30 seconds.
No, it was a minute, so 3 minutes.
Okay.
You can't count to 3 minutes. Morse code. No, I just tap on the refrigerator because I'm thinking. But I thought it was something I do.
it's so annoying.
But a lot of my other friends do the same thing. It's like you're thinking. So it's like dum 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 dum, and I'm like, okay.
No, but it doesn't sound like you're doing Fox though. It sounds like you're going.
It's just what I do.
Yeah, the is not how it sounds though. It's like
That's 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, but you're not doing that part correctly though.
See what I have to deal with? It's my own thing, but I'm doing it wrong.
Betty Veronica goes, oh, ish, I didn't know that. Sorry. Yeah, so when we saw Felix say sundowning, we immediately thought, wait, we gotta be out of our neighborhood? Stanley has to be out by 9 o'clock? What?
Son of a...
Ow.
Remember that time that we were driving back? So there was a time when my sister, my half-sister, used to work for, what airline was that?
U.S. Airways.
U.S. Airways. So she gave us, this is 50th birthday?
Yeah, your 50th birthday.
So we flew back to Philadelphia for my 50th birthday. And we used buddy passes because that's the best way to go because she worked for them. We get there. While we're there, they had the plane crash in San Francisco Airport.
Yeah. Asiana
airline crash.
Yeah.
So we're watching going, okay, well, it just happened when we got here. So we'll be here for a week, so we'll be fine. But apparently, a plane crash shuts down the old airport for a week.
Yeah, the ripple effect was real.
So the deal was that we were supposed to come home. And we went to the airport, and they said, well, you have buddy passes. They're no longer any good right now. You can't go anywhere because that plane crash screwed up everything. So if you want to fly home, you got to buy a plane ticket. It was 4 of us.
It was $1,000.
$1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
For us to go on a plane, which we did not have. Nowhere near $1,000 a piece. So we couldn't go. So my next move was, so what do we do now? We checked into a hotel so I could come together to figure out what we were going to do. Because we'd already left our other hotel and went to the airport. So we had to check into a hotel and then we had to regroup. So I ended up calling Enterprise. And I said, do you guys have any cars that we can drive to California? I said, because of a plane crash, we can't fly back. And they said, well, yeah, but it's going to be $600 a day because we got the car at the last minute. And I'm like, well, at this point, $1,000 or $600 a day, I don't know. But it wouldn't be for each individual person. Or was it $600 total? I know whatever it was a lot of money.
I don't remember the price.
It was pretty expensive. But we need to get home because we couldn't be there forever. So we got in the car and then we decided to drive from Philadelphia to Ohio because I have a cousin lives there. But on the way there, we stopped in a part of Virginia where we got out the car and we were supposed to change drivers.
Yeah, but I was going to start driving.
But as we pulled over, all these guys came running out of a house.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't remember all that.
I saw them.
I must have blacked that out.
And I said, oh, well, maybe we're in the wrong place. So let's not change cars. Let's not do the swap here. Let's just keep driving. Then we drove through this long tunnel. Remember the tunnel where it seemed like it was like 3 miles of tunnel through the mountain?
I was like, oh, you can't really hold your breath in this tunnel.
And, that was when they had the pilot reading, somebody did a fake call with be too low.
Yeah,
that was
really bad.
But we drove,
it was Tori Campbell that read that. Yeah.
So we drove to Ohio. We spent the night there at my cousin's. The next morning we got in the car and we drove from Ohio to St. Louis.
Yeah.
And we drove through storms. And we got to St. Louis. We spent the night there. Now this was interesting because one of my nephews worked for Marriott, so we stayed at all the Marriotts. Then we drove from there, and this is every day we drive because you got the 2 kids in the car. That was 10 years ago.
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
So then we drove.
So they were young.
We drove from St. Louis to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we spent the night there. And the map told us on this dirt road that wasn't the right dirt road. And then from there we drove.
You have a really good memory.
And then from there we drove from Albuquerque the next morning to Kingman, Arizona. We spent the night in Kingman. And then from Kingman we drove back to California.
Yeah.
But
we drove to LA though.
LA,
because I had to be back at work instead of us driving back to San Francisco. Did you guys fly from LA?
No, I had to drive back to LA.
Oh, you drove back to San Francisco?
San Francisco.
So I think we just drove to LA and you dropped me off.
Yes.
Because I had to be back at work and I got in trouble for not being able to get back to work on time because that I didn't have a flight out. And I remember I got yelled at. I got yelled at. So I remember when I got back to it, because I was working in LA at the time. So when we went on our vacation and came back, I was living in LA. Stanley was living up here. And when I went back, I was working in news. So my news director and my EP brought me into the news director's office and started just yelling at me about being late to work, about how that was an excuse. And you would think that they would understand because this is all that anybody was covering. They were covering that plane crash and the ripple effect for the flights. So you would think that we're working for a news organization, since you know that these things are happening, that it would be more of they would be more understanding toward me, but they were not. They were both pretty they were jerks about it, in my opinion. So but that was 11 years ago, so that was a long while ago. But I will remember that because I think that was the first time. Well, actually no, because even when I worked at Cron, we had some not so great moments with people in charge. So maybe not my first time to have someone be so mean to me, but this was the first time where I was ganged up on because there was 2 managers versus me.
So Gabriel wrote that Virginia, we shouldn't have to go through Virginia, but it was actually West Virginia. So here it is. This is our trip. We came through from Philly through DC, through West Virginia, and then up to Columbus.
And I remember we stopped in Ohio because you have family there.
My cousin was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Who now is a colonel for the Army and based in, I think, he's a full bird colonel and he's based in Florida. So yeah, we went through West Virginia, not Virginia, but West Virginia. And that was that long tunnel. The tunnel was so long, it felt like, you know how you hold your breath in a little tunnel?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, that's one of those tunnels where we realized we couldn't hold our breath.
You couldn't hold your breath because it was so long. So that's how we got there. And it took us straight to Ohio, so we were happy. Yes, we didn't go through Virginia, we went through West Virginia. So technically I was right, I just forgot the west part. So that was it. Anyway, hey guys, we got to wrap this up because it's already 1:40.
We've been on for 100 minutes.
Yes, but we know that you could have been anywhere, been any place or hung out with anybody, but you chose to hang out here with us.
And we appreciate it.
And we do. And we don't get paid to do these. We're not getting rich. We actually take money. If you donate, we have Super Chat for YouTube. You can also donate through Facebook. You can also donate through Twitch.
Yeah.
And that's how we keep these going. But we haven't had a donation in about three or four different segments. So they come in, but they come in rare, but not very often. But we do use them to help facilitate.
Everything goes back into facilitating the podcast. So
because trust me, the 99 cents we get doesn't really help us other than trying to build it up to pay for this stuff to use it. Because the stuff
it still adds up though.
It adds up.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I remember I had a person sent me $1 once, and they said, "Well, now that I sent you $1, you have to answer every question I give you." And I'm like, "That's not how this works. That's not how it works."
Oh Oh God.
you give me $1 and I have to answer every question you give me now? I mean, okay, no. So according to Gabriel, this is episode 195. And yes, the 49ers won.
So Chris says that's the sign of a bad manager, referencing what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
it was. He was a bad manager.
And also William Williams says, I used to think that working on the news was a prestigious job, but then I heard your stories and now I know it's not such a great job. Well, and you know what the thing is I'll say this, William. Through my experience, Stanley and I have had different experiences, but we worked in some of the same places. So, for example, he worked at Cron, I worked at Cron. He worked at CBS in LA, I worked at CBS in LA, but we worked at different times, so we had different managers. And then when we were in Arizona, I worked at a different station and he did. But what I will say, though, is my experience may not be the same as other people's experiences. I've heard people have great experiences at working at different stations, but I think it's like who you work under makes all the difference, because the job in itself can already be stressful, but if you can handle the stress of the job, because it is a fun job, it is really cool to be able to like put the news out there, to like be able to share people's stories, community stories, and share the big stories of the day. But when you already have the stress of that, and getting it done in a timely manner, and then you have the stress of a manager that doesn't manage well, that is when it becomes like bad. Now, in my opinion.
When I was at AT Family in Arizona, Kathy Clark was my manager. She was one of the best managers I've ever had, and will always be one of the best managers I've ever had, because she was really good, and she was very kind and considerate and understood the challenges of doing the news. And you have to understand something. Not only are the people in the news business challenged by their employers, but they're also challenged by the public, who thinks they can say anything they want to you. Like if a woman wears a dress, they'll write a letter, how dare you wear that dress? Yeah. You shouldn't be wearing that dress. You know, so they'll come down and tell you how you should dress, what you should eat. I mean, literally, if I eat food, people are, oh, how dare you eat that? Well, you know you had a heart attack, and you were trying to have another heart attack? I'm like, yeah. I didn't have a heart attack. Oh, yes you did. I remember you had a heart attack. I did not have a heart attack. I had a stroke. Same thing.
It's kind of like social media, where like people feel like they have the right to like tell you how you should look, what you should do, demand that you answer your questions. Like people would send in like comments to our on-air personalities about like, oh, I didn't like that color on her. Oh, it looks like she's gaining weight. Oh, is so-and-so pregnant? And it's like really? Yeah, so it's like on top of that, you're dealing with the everyday news, and then you're dealing with the public. For some people, I was behind the scenes, so I didn't deal with the public. But yeah, you have a lot coming from everywhere. So like,
now we're both journalists. Yes. So we've experienced every single aspect. When I first started the news business, I couldn't believe that I got paid $9 an hour
to do something so cool.
Something so cool. I was like, oh wow, you got to pay me $9 an hour to do this? I'll do this for free. Right? And then I moved to LA, and it went from $9 an hour to $21 an hour. And I was like, but all of a sudden everything changes. It's like you start to realize that there's more to it than, I used to sleep with a scanner on at night, waiting in Salinas to drive to Santa Cruz or Monterey because there was a fatal crash or it was a fire, and I would literally sleep with a scanner on so I could jump up and run and shoot it. Didn't even care if they paid me. I was just happy to be able to pull up in my KCBA Zuzu with the 5-speed stick and jump out with the camera and start
you're hella dating yourself.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, but that's what I did. I had a 5. So when I went to LA, they didn't have 5 speeds.
Yeah.
They had automatics.
Automatics, yeah.
So here I am trying to rush to a story, and I'm trying to shift gears while you're driving.
Did you put it in reverse?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you step up. See, you never drove a stick.
No, I never drove a stick. But I know that like when you do drive a stick, you switch gears.
But you have to step on the clutch.
With the automatic though, it's park, reverse, neutral, drive, right?
Right. So my first reporter I worked with at one of the first stories I covered for Fox was one of the first stories that I went out on was Rick James. He got arrested in North Hollywood.
Oh yeah, you were telling me this the other day.
Beating up his girlfriend and burning her with a crap pipe or some kind of pipe.
Oh hell no.
That was my first story. And I did the OJ trial, the riots. And then I remember though when I lived in Salinas, I was like, man, I want to do cops. I ended up doing cops. It was a short stint, but I still did cops. Because I ended up going to LAPD, the TV series, which I enjoyed. It was fun. You get up, but if, I worked overnights. So we get to work at 4 in the afternoon and we work till 3 o'clock in the morning. And
you work 12-hour shift, 11-hour shifts?
Yeah, SWAT team. I worked with SWAT. I worked with drug recognition team. I worked with Vice. I learned how to do a crime scene so we don't contaminate the crime scene because we would show up in the scene with the cameras. Mm-hmm. And we ran with the camera. So that's why I have bad knees now, because running with a 30-pound camera seems like it's all great. And it's like, oh, wow, look at this guy. He's on TV. He's making $400 a day. He's running with the camera. He's getting the video so you can see it. And don't realize that somewhere down the line, those knees are going to like, dude, I can't do this no more. So now my knees are like, nope, we can't do that anymore. So I can't run like I used to because I injured them doing that, that much weight. And back then I was like 120 pounds soaking wet. So you're trying to run.
You were 120
20 pounds. When I'm running with a camera, yes, soaking wet.
You're 120 pounds.
No, I was then.
Okay, you weighed less than I do now?
Yes. Because I was real thin, running with the camera, doing all the stuff. You could jump over fences. I remember one day, though, I was running through the projects with the cops. We were chasing somebody, and I don't know who they were chasing. I just was chasing with them. And we kept hearing this sound. And it wasn't like it's not bullets. Mm-hmm. But what it was when you run, you kind of run like this, down, like to get a balance of the camera, you have to, kind of bend your knees and lower your head to do it. Mm-hmm. So that the camera stands wide enough the thing so it doesn't look like it's bouncing all over the place. But it turns out that we were running through the projects and right over our head was clotheslines.
Oh.
You couldn't see them because it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So.
Oh gosh, can you imagine if
I had hit one of those clotheslines?
Hit one of them, yeah.
And we've had bullets whizzed by us. We've done, they do door knocks. I remember one time they let me drive. We had to go do a door knock with LAPD crash unit. They were going to do it. And a door knock, if you don't know it, is when they serve a warrant. And with LAPD, they had all the cars, and they said, look, we don't have all the cars are full. So they can give me the key and say, take this car. Mm-hmm. So here I am driving in at 6 in the morning with LAPD SWAT. I'm in the back car, the lights on, because we were all heading that way. And I'm driving, and my partner, who's a sound guy, was like, oh, I want to drive. I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get there.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. I've been in car pursuits. We've covered guns. We've covered all kinds of things. And it was the life that I lived. I enjoyed that life.
Yeah.
That's why when I do what I do now, it's kind of remembering of what I did before.
Yeah. It's kind of like full circle.
Yeah. So if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a video on there that shows what I did for the LAPD, the TV series. And in one of the scenes, you'll see a crash. And it was funny because with the crash, we were looking for, we call them rolling and stolens. And if you're law enforcement and you're watching this, you know what I mean when we say rolling and stolen. That means the car was been stolen and it's in use. I remember it clearly because we were around in South Central. We pulled up to a Jack in the Box to get some lunch. Mm-hmm. And
this was like 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Whatever, yeah.
We pulled up to Jack in the Box, and in front of us is a Jeep license plate, CJ Blazer. Never forget that. Mm-hmm. And so the boot is the new trainee. She's being trained, and the officer I was with the car with, they decide to put the plate in to see if it comes back. It's something called the MDT, mobile, MDT, a display terminal. And sure enough, it came back stolen. And so the driver, and if you go to my YouTube channel, you can watch the video, the officer, who was the training officer, she got excited, probably too excited because she lit him up too soon. Mm-hmm. So the way you should have done was you light him up and you wait for backup. But she turned it on and he pulled over, and as he pulled over, she jumped out and said, don't move, at gunpoint. I jump out the back seat with the camera. Now the camera's big. It's not the little tiny camera. It was a big 30-pound camera.
Is it bigger than the one you have here?
Yes, twice the size of that.
Oh, wow.
I jump out the car with the camera, and I'm standing there trying to shoot right down. I'm shooting right down the barrel, not down the barrel of the gun. But she's pointing that way, and I'm right behind her, so it's like it's like lined up. And all of a sudden, the guy rabbits. He tries to take off. So she jumps back in the car, and I think she kind of forgot
that you needed to get in the car too.
So if you kind of look for a brick glance, you can see my foot still out the door while the car is moving. So I'm trying to get back in, and now I can't seatbelt in because it happened too fast.
Yeah.
So you cannot put.
I'm glad you didn't drop the camera.
I was in the car.
Okay.
You cannot put on a seatbelt while the car is in your pursuit.
Yeah.
It's just physically impossible to do that because for me with the camera and that, trying to do everything. So we get in the car and we're driving and we're and then so the boot is calling out the street. So we thought. Turns out she was calling out the street that we were 1 block over.
Oh.
So everybody was over there looking for us when actually we're here. And we're driving down, I think it was 70, I forgot what street it was, but it was a big street, Vernon or something. And all of a sudden, there's a school bus, the guy goes around the school bus, she panics, she locks up, it's an old Chevy Caprice, and it seemed like the longest skid in the history of your life. When we're in an uncontrolled skid, she's like, oh, I mean, literally, I tell people I bake cookies, I wash my clothes.
Oh my God.
But I'm always worried about, oh my God, what are we going to hit? Am I going to go flying out the windshield?
Yeah.
So I literally.
Because you had no seatbelt on.
So I literally shoved myself down so that my knees would hit the back of the chair.
Oof.
So that way, if there was any kind of impact, the center of gravity would shove me down instead of up and over the windshield. So we hit a pole. And we jumped out. I jumped out. When I went myself, it caused the weight of the impact of me being pushed caused the front seats to come, the buckles, the bolts to come up a little bit.
Oh wow!
That's how much impact it was for being shoved. But I didn't go in front of the window, so I was happy.
Yeah.
And so I jumped out the car and I put the camera up in the air because you see the chopper go by the street over. The guy kept going. Apparently he crashed like a half a dozen cars trying to get away, but they caught him.
Did they call him?
It was a juvenile.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's great. Wait, when you were shooting this, did you wear a bulletproof vest?
I did.
Okay.
Because we don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't know because someone could pull a gun.
When you run with the police, anything can happen.
Anything.
And in L.A. it was the gangs, and you had the Crips, the Bloods, the Latino gangs, the Serranos, because
Serranos.
Thank you. Serranos.
Yeah. Norteños.
Are up here in Northern California.
Yeah.
So you never know. And so I've seen and I can tell you some stories that'll just make your skin curl. But one day,
maybe we should do a live stream where we'll have more of your action-packed stories.
But that was the most fun I've ever had on working on a TV show was LAPD, the TV series, because it taught me a lot about law enforcement and policing, but it also taught me about safety when you're out there. Mm-hmm. So when I started people behaving badly, it was kind of my whole thing of doing the same thing, but I didn't realize I was going to be in with the police. I was going to be just out in the street. And I never wanted to be me. I never wanted people to know who I was. I wanted to be...
Yeah, so that way you could actually catch them in the act.
Right. So if you didn't see me, you didn't know I existed.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it that way.
They didn't know who you were,
they wouldn't know who I was.
What it was for.
My original concept was you never see me.
Yeah.
You just knew that there was a guy doing these stories.
And then all of a sudden,
and then one day I came home and I came to the station and they said, "Hey, look what we got." And they made this graphic of me with my arms crossed, with a smirk on my face, wearing a red jacket.
Is that the one with the police lights?
Yeah. And
that's when I first met you.
And everybody goes, "Oh, you look so angry." The fact of the matter is that picture was taken
when you had sun in your eyes.
I was doing a stand-up about gasoline prices, and I was blinded by the sun. And so he took that shot and made me look like the angry black man trying to catch people behaving badly. That's it. So that's how my life went. And that's how I ended up doing that show, which I have to admit, I really enjoyed it. My downfall was my partner, who I worked with, got into trouble in Berkeley. No, Berkeley. I'm not saying Berkeley. He got in trouble in Beverly Hills. No, what's the other B? Burbank.
Burbank?
So he got in trouble with Burbank. They ended up chasing him, foot pursuit. And they caught him. But there's this old thing that if we were together as partners, that we must have been together out there in Burbank. But I don't really, once I leave work, I leave work. But they assumed that because, and apparently he was with a black guy that also ran, that got away. So they assumed that it must have been me because we were partners.
So that's why they let you go?
So then they kind of like, all of a sudden, you couldn't do anything right. All of a sudden, they started finding things wrong with your work.
That's lame.
And I had nothing to do with it. And I didn't even know what it was. And my mistake was, I went to the owner and said, hey, I don't know what's going on here, but this is kind of crazy because I turned out the most work that anybody's ever done here. So why all of a sudden there's a problem at my work? And then how I found out about it was I went to see one of the sergeants. Just how I figured out that what went down, because they never told me what was going on. He said to me, I heard you got into a lot of trouble, but you still got juice with me. And I'm like, it's like, I got in trouble for what? Never dawned on me that that's what happened. So because he got busted running from the police, they assumed that it was me too.
That's not cool.
And how do you defend something you don't even know that exists?
Yeah.
So there it is. Anyway, I'm sorry.
You like to get on these rants just a little bit before.
At the end. I get the zoomies. I get the zoomies.
Yeah, you get the zoomies and I'm all like, okay.
Okay, can we wrap this up now? I'm ready to go sleep. I need to go take my beauty rest.
I do want to wind down, though.
I do want to wind down, though. It's only 9 o'clock.
I know, Beav, it's late. It's 9:20. We've been on for 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Thank you. Anyway, no, just kidding. So we're gonna wrap this up. This was fun. I actually enjoyed it, and you enjoyed it too. It was fun, and we appreciate it that you guys hung out with us this long. And yes, we're almost reaching the 400 number of people passing through.
Okay.
Because we have to say passing through. Because we say they showed up, then Gabriel will be like, no, they're just passing through.
Okay, Beav. Okay, Beav.
You should never tap on headphones.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
Because it sounds like this.
No! Ow!
Yeah, now you understand.
You're hitting hard, though.
But you understand what it sounds like, right?
All right, Beav.
That's why you should never go up to somebody and pluck their headphones.
Okay, Beav.
Okay. Hey, it was fun, guys. We enjoyed it. Eyes waiting for my
corrections, too.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm Millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And tell us about the time you took a naked shower.
Sorry, guys. I sneezed. Sorry.
That really happened, though.
Wait, before you go, tell us about the time you took a naked shower at work.
Yep.
What?
I got doused in sulfuric acid.
Oh my god. Okay, no more stories.
We'll tell that story next time.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually one person who got doused from head to toe in sulfuric acid by accident, and I don't have a single burn. So I'm either tough as can be, or this planet can't do stuff. Tell me, you can't. What's that thing? But what's his name?
I don't know, Pete.
What's the actor? Denzel Washington. Superman. No, it's true. William, I did get buck naked at work one day. I'll tell that story next time. I had to.
So we're gonna be on next Sunday at.
We don't know yet. Between 6 and 7. How about that?
Okay, between 6 and 7.
We'll try to do it somewhere between that time.
Okay.
No promises.
No promises.
No
okay.
promises.
Good night.
Don't you going to say a millennial, you're a boomer?
We already did that.
Did we?
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
We've officially been on for 2 hours.
All right. Don't we all?
Okay, William. Well, if we don't listen to me and he keeps talking, I'm literally.
No, Kristen,
I'm literally.
Don't we all get
getting
naked
up.
at work at least once in our lives? I did.
No, I didn't. I have not.
Imagine me in the shower, buck naked, trying to get the ass off me.
Okay, let me think. How old were you when you got butt?
I was in Salinas before I started TV Deuce.
Ooh, then that's something I would have wanted to
Woohoo!
see.
Yeah. I was buck naked. People came out there and go, oh shit!
Really?
Yeah. Oops. Because they ran out. Because when you pull the button,
okay, you're supposed to tell the story
I'll tell the story.
later. Okay. We're going to bed. Good night, guys.
Yeah, that's a great story, though.
Okay, well, you have to remember to tell it on November 17th.
All right, November 17th. You got to write it down? No, Gabriel, write that down and bring it up again because he'll remember.
Okay.
All right. If you didn't get any coffee, you can go to MrBadley.com and order coffee. Go to the very bottom of the page. You'll see the Mr. Badley holding a coffee mug. Click it. If you buy some coffee, we get a portion of the proceeds The rest goes to the.
The coffee.
And just so you know, the coffee is not sitting on the shelves waiting for you to order it. Once you order it, it's roasted. So it's roasted coffee that's fresh, has a 6-month lifespan, and it's whole beans.
Okay, babe. I'm a millennial. I'm a boomer.
I'm a millennial. She's a boomer.
I'm a boomer.
And we love you guys, and we appreciate everything you've done.
Good night.
And she's getting me off the thing here, so I'm going to.
Because if you don't stop.
What?
You keep talking.
What am I doing?
Okay, babe, you're supposed to end stream.
I'm looking for that. Remember that thing we used to have? Oh, this is here. Yeah, let's see if it works.
Latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane, Faith, and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane, Faith, and Millennial